is it? The Church of Latter-day Saints has one drug that's not on the Vegas. Wow. And I'm not saying all Mormons... They can't even drink coffee. And so I'm not saying that Mormons are all taking it from that, but there are a substantial number of LDS Saints. Fuel. Mormons are really taking it. Please do not do this on Vegas. Let me explain. If you're visiting Vegas for a greeter, places on the strip that are not the only real storefront on the strip is this one named after a dessert. The products found at these other stores are also sold in grocery stores and probably won't be what you think it's going to be in Vegas to Vegas. So tag the friend you're coming to Vegas with and let me explain. Purpose, there's a few places on the strip that are not the answer. The only real storefront on the Vegas strip is this one named after a dessert by the Strap. The products found at these other stores are also sold in grocery stores and probably won't be what you're thinking it's going to if you're coming to Vegas to Vegas. So tag the friend you're coming to Vegas with and just trust me. Not always. Let me explain. If you're visiting Vegas for a greeter, you think about purpose, few places on the strip that are not the answer.
Now I gotta go to work in about, I leave in about 50 minutes, about an hour left. So I'm streaming here real quick. I gotta take my dog out real quick. So I'm probably streaming about 30 minutes real quick, 30-minute stream. Get off around 6 for hop back on. Shit.
If you needed more reasons to think that Columbus was a dick, okay, let me add one to it. We asked the natives, would you please give us some of your stock that you have collected from your farming? They said, no, we don't have surplus. Sorry. Columbus knew that 1 week hence,
what the fuck is that? Black flight coming?
Total lunar eclipse.
That's crazy.
Where the moon in its orbit around Earth enters Earth's shadow, the full moon enters Earth's shadow and disappears. He says to the natives, if you do not give us food, my God, which is more powerful than your God, will make the moon disappear and it will turn black. That will happen.
Shit, that nigga shit.
You have 1 week to comply. Sure enough, right on cue, and notice the natives bowing to him, and he stands proudly because he knows the science.
Will's running packs, so there's got to be some more near.
Within seconds of this
I haven't tracking it for a minute.
If you needed more reasons to think that Columbus was a dick, okay, let me add one to it. We asked the natives, would you please give us some of your stock that you have collected from your farming? They said, no, we don't have surplus. Sorry. Columbus knew that 1 week hence, coincidentally, there was going to be a total lunar eclipse where the moon in its orbit around Earth enters Earth's shadow. The full moon enters Earth's shadow and disappears. He says to the natives, if you do not give us food, my God, which is more powerful than your God, will make the moon disappear and it will turn blood red. That will happen in 1 week. You have 1 week to comply. Sure enough, right on.
Where is my med packs at? I have like 5 and shit.
And notice the natives bowing to him, and he stands proudly because he knows the science. He knows the astronomy. And within seconds of its beginning, they bring him all the resources. If you needed more reasons to think that Columbus was a dick, okay, let me add one to it. We asked the natives, would you please give us some of your stock that you have collected? He said, no. Sorry. Columbus knew that 1 week hence, coincidentally, there was going to be a total lunar eclipse where the moon in its orbit around Earth enters Earth's shadow. The full moon enters Earth's shadow and disappears. He says to the natives, if you do not give us food, my God, which is more powerful than your God, will make the moon disappear and it will turn blood red. That will happen in 1 week. You have 1 week to comply. Sure enough, right on cue, the moon begins to disappear. And notice the natives bowing to him, and he stands proudly because he knows the science. He knows the astronomy. A lot of people ask me, what if I go to prison and I just want to mind my own business and I don't want to fight? Backing down to any fight will get you branded as a punk, and that's the last thing that you want in prison. To be able to survive in there, you have to have have respect. So if somebody disrespects you, time to go. I was doing time on a dorm with a little dude, and this big dude kept testing him. He didn't want to fight because he knew he was going to lose. Then it became apparent to him that he was losing respect and that everybody was going to start giving him crap, so he finally decided to step up. But the way he did it was epic. He waited till late at night when the big dude was asleep on his bunk, and then he took his icy hot, which is this muscle rub, smeared it all over his fist. Went over to the big dude's bunk and just started socking him dead in the eyes. When you wake up getting punched, the first thing you're going to do is open your eyes, right? And it was immediately like he had just gotten maced. The little dude may have cheated, but he fought and he won. And it wasn't like everybody respected him, but no one messed with him anymore. So he took that and put it in. Trick available at convictclothing.net. A lot of people ask me, what if I go to... Rifle, a 22 rifle, those bullets will be right. Why? Because 22 is most valuable. Like a rifle, 22 rifle is the most valuable thing you can have. What? It's good for hunting. What? Little small things.
Yeah, but why do you want to hunt small things? You want to shoot a big thing, so you don't have to eat like one thing a week.
This is an example of me regurgitating a conversation I heard in New Orleans.
Yeah, those people in New Orleans need to shut the fuck up.
The rifle, a 22 rifle, those bullets are the most.
This is the ballad of the broken.
Rifle, a 22 rifle, those bullets are the most valuable.
Why?
Because
who is Troy Kell? Let's get into this. Now, yes, this did happen. I'm not going to discredit this. This really happened. But prior to all this happening, did you know that the
I'm watching
African-American
YouTube shorts.
man that he actually unalived was using racial slurs towards Troy Kell and his cellie prior to them even saying anything about race? But no, you don't want to hear that though, right? Now, am I defending Troy Kell? Kind of. He's not really a bad dude, and he's not even affiliated with a gang that is affiliated with anything racial. The reason he was screaming this out is because he was so mad about being bullied by a guy because of his skin color. It goes both ways, y'all. That wouldn't have happened to him if he would have just kept his mouth shut, and that's facts. Who is Troy Kell? Let's get into this. Now, yes, this did happen. I'm not going to discredit this. This really happened. But prior to all this happening, did you know that the African-American man that he actually unalived was using racial slurs towards Troy Kell and his cellie prior to them even saying anything about race? But no, you don't want to hear that though, right?
I put 60 hours in this
Am I
game.
defending Troy Kell? Kind of. He's not
You
really
know,
a
I'm
bad
getting
dude,
halfway.
and he's not even affiliated with a gang that is affiliated with anything racial. The reason
I like
he
to
was
see
screaming
everything,
this
you know?
out is because he was so mad about being bullied by a guy because of his skin color.
This North Korean man is escaping from prison. One night at a prison in Jilin, China, this man climbed a wall. He then jumps over a fence to escape prison, and then makes a run for it. But what did this man actually do? This prisoner is not Chinese, but instead North Korean. But when he escaped North Korea to go to China, he was caught by Chinese police. The man named Zhu Xinjiang had been sentenced to 11 years, but his sentence was about to end, so why did he escape? Well, surprisingly, he wanted more prison time. That's because when his sentence ends, he'll be sent back to North Korea, where his life will probably be ended. So he would rather remain in prison than go back to North Korea. But a few days later, police found this guy hiding out inside an abandoned house. He was taken back to prison where he'll face even more time. But at least he won't be sent back to North Korea just yet. This North Korean man is escaping from prison. One night at a prison in Jilin, China, this man climbed a wall. He then jumps over a fence to escape prison, and then makes a run for it. But what did this man actually do? This prisoner is not Chinese, but instead North Korean. But when he escaped North Korea to go to China, he was caught by Chinese police. The man named Zhu Xinjiang had been sentenced to 11 years, but his sentence was about to end, so why did he escape? Well, surprisingly, he wanted more prison time. That's because when his sentence ends, he'll be sent back to North Korea, where his life will probably be ended. So he would rather remain in prison than go back to North Korea. But a few days later, police found this guy hiding out.
Game looks really good on PS5.
He was
Man,
taken back to prison where
This
he'll
shit.
face even more time. But at least he won't be sent back to North Korea just yet. This North Korean man is escaping from...
Do you know who Turkey is? No. Are you? Joe, this is the most fascinating guy in history, right? So, Turkmenistan, I think his name. When you land. Do you know who Turkmenbashi is? No. Are you? Joe, this is the most fascinating. When you land, just do everything you can to get a gun in every team.
Got one broken here, one down. One broke, one down.
He's arriving. Right there in the container.
Come back to my set.
Oh my. Now, so you ready to go?
When you land.
Yet another reason Jay-Z is the greatest rapper of all time. One little exclusive Jay cheating on Beyonce, which was made public in Lemonade, responded to in Jay's 444, symbolically resolved by their joint album Everything in Love. Love being Jay's current phase he feels some can't believe. But the words phase I'm on, love, can also be heard in Phase on Love. An actor and comedian recently claimed that Jay-Z's drug-dealing persona was a lie.
Jay-Z creates the whole drug dealer drug lord. Not going to Jay was looking to eat chips.
Seen this way, these lines reference how doubters like Faison think Jay cheated or lied his way to the top, and therefore don't listen to reason, which in this context cleverly nods to Jay's debut, Reasonable Doubt, the very album that first presented Jay's drug-dealing origin story to the world. And that's yet another reason Jay-Z is the greatest rapper of all time.
You go back to 1828, believe it or not, Abraham Lincoln first reported speech of men like talking, and you remember Napoleon died 2 years before. He said, you know, all the combined armies of Europe and Asia and Africa could not land on our coast. They went to Blue Ridge Mountain and had to drink the one salted water from the Ohio River. We would stop. You know, if this, I'm paraphrasing now, if this experiment is going to expire, it will expire by suicide. We will do it to ourselves. Abraham Lincoln already saw the strength of our country, potential disaster. We don't listen to Martin Luther King Jr. when he said, don't get rid of darkness, it's more darkness. We use light, don't get rid of hate, it's more hate, we use love. You go back to 1828, believe it or not, Abraham Lincoln first reported speech, young men like him talking, and he remembered Napoleon died 2 years before, and he said, you know, all the combined armies of Europe and Asia and Africa could not land on our coast, get over the Blue Ridge Mountain, and have a drink of the one salted water from the Ohio River. We would stop them. Now, if this becomes
The night Tupac died, I was with him. And the night Biggie Smalls died, I was with him as well. The night Tupac died, I was with him. And the night Biggie Smalls died, I was with him as well. The night Tupac died, I was with him. And the night Biggie Smalls died, I was with him as well. The night Tupac died, I was with him.
Do you like Trump? Yeah, why not? Do you know who he is? He's a dentist. He's a dentist? Huh? He's a dentist? His name? I don't know. So, was he your dentist or somebody else's dentist? Not mine. I don't think. Different guys, different areas. A lot changes. Yeah, well. Did Trump pull any of your teeth? Pardon me? Do you like Trump? Yeah, why not?
Craziest people I've ever been locked up with. Let's get into this. Now, I've talked about him before, but this is Curtis Alkire. Curtis Allgaier was incarcerated in Utah State Prison, where he went to a medical visit. When they were transporting him, he stole an officer named Steven Anderson's gun, shot and
Make sure that
killed him,
motherfucker
and
don't
ran
get back
into
up.
a fast food place trying to escape. Curtis was apprehended and taken back to prison. Now, you would think with all this craziness that he would actually be respected in prison, but this man is far from respected. He got on a show and started talking about how there really ain't real skinheads in Utah, which made a lot.
Maybe the week, but I like the no meat, but I like the bone. Okay. Bone. Yeah, you should give me a call later.
Cameras.
But
I just do what I love. If you dig it, I do appreciate it. If you don't, it's cool, that was.
Detroit, at one point in time, was one of the richest cities in the country. Detroit was a huge hub. There was beautiful cars everywhere. America was booming, and then they pulled it all out. Population plummeted to 700,000, the highest unemployment rate, more than 16% of any major American city. The heavily automobile-centric industrial landscape of Detroit, established in the first half of the 20th century, led to rapid declines in population and economic output after automotive